Hello students, my name is Roland Garfield, and I am a professor of card game design here at Shuffle City University. Since we have some new students joining us, I have been asked to review some of the fundamentals of card game combat for the Perfect Draw role-playing game. To help with today's demonstration, I am joined by one of my students. Please introduce yourself, Miss Guerrero.
Hi everyone, my name's Elena, and I'm going to be the best card game player ever.
Thank you, Miss Guerrero. Your participation today will give you some much-needed extra credit.
Yeah, thanks.
With introductions out of the way, let us begin. When starting a card game, the players and judge must set the stakes and decide on the significance of the battle. This determines the starting life of the participants, the amount of cards the players start with, and the number of tools the NPC has access to. The battle can be filler, a short combat that still has real stakes. Significant, a combat important enough to take up a decent amount of time in the game. Or finale, which is reserved for epic confrontations with your most powerful adversaries at the end of an arc. For the sake of today's demonstration, we will consider this a significant battle. Next, the players will review their list of baggage and determine if any of it applies to the combat. Do you believe that any of your baggage applies, Miss Guerrero?
Well, I have the baggage my grades are terrible, which is why I'm helping out, so that applies, right?
I would agree that it does. For each relevant baggage, players gain one advantage to use during the combat. So, you will begin our card game with one advantage.
Nice!
Next, if players have prepared for the fight ahead of time, they will be able to create an additional card to start in their deck.
About that.
And since Miss Guerrero has not done so, we will be skipping this step. Finally, players will shuffle their deck of cards and set it face down, leaving their staples to the side. The players draw their starting hand, 2 in the case of our significant battle, and we begin the game.
Wait, where's your deck, Teach?
Excellent question, Miss Guerrero. Since I will be taking the role of an NPC in this fight, I do not have a deck of cards like a player would. Instead, I have access to all of my cards at all times, with some limitations on which I can play at certain times. But we will go into more detail on NPC moves throughout our battle. The competitor to go first will usually be the one who initiated the battle, but players and judges are free to use whatever method they agree to for determining the starting competitor. You can have the first move, Miss Guerrero.
Awesome! Now, what do I do again?
On their turn, the player has access to 4 basic actions: drawing a card, playing a card from your hand, playing a staple or invocation, and attacking with their warriors. Each action is optional, performed one at a time, can be done in any order the player wishes. Since it's the first turn, however, you can neither draw a card nor attack with any of your warriors, Miss Guerrero.
Right! Duh! I definitely knew all of that stuff. Okay, since it looks like I can play only one of my cards right now, let's start off with this one. I play BBB Support Copter.
As we can see, there are several types of cards in Perfect Draw. These are warriors, items, and invocations. Warrior cards remain on the field when played and are capable of both attacking the opponent and their cards, as well as protecting their controller's life. They are the primary tool with interacting with the win condition of reducing your opponent's life to 0. Item cards remain on the field just like warriors, but they cannot attack, and do not prevent your opponent's warriors from attacking directly. Invocations are single-use effects that are placed directly to the player's graveyard after being played. Since Miss Guerrero's card is a warrior, it will remain on her side of the field.
Got it! Now, let's see. I play the card from my hand, I can't draw or attack with my copter. So that just leaves my staple or invocation, right?
Indeed. For this action, a player can play one of the staples from their list. or an invocation from their hand, if they happen to have one. Note that an invocation can be played either as the card from hand for the turn, or as a staple or invocation for the turn. If a player has 2 invocations in their hand, they will be able to play both in a single turn.
I think I get it. I could play this card now, but I think I'm going to hold on to it for now. Instead, I think I'm going to give my support copter some friends to support. I'm going to play my staple, Reinforcements! This creates 2 weak warrior tokens on my side of the field.
A good move, Miss Guerrero, especially given the effect of your support copter. The support copter applies the strengthened keyword to all of your warriors. Warriors and items have 3 strength levels: weak, normal, and strong. Stronger cards are able to immediately destroy weaker cards in the clash. Additionally, weak warriors deal no damage by attacking the player directly. Normal warriors deal 1 point of damage, and strong warriors deal 2 points of damage. Thanks to the strengthened keyword applied by your copter, the strength level of all of your warriors increases to the next level,
turning both of these weak warriors into normal warriors too. Looks like your 3 life doesn't look so big now, huh, Teach?
We will see. Is that your turn, Miss Guerrero?
Let's see. I play the card from my hand, I play the staple, I can't draw or attack. Looks like that's everything I can do, so I'll end my turn.
It's my turn then. As an NPC, I don't have a hand of cards to play from. Instead, on my first turn of the game, I will establish a plan to win. This is a stronger card that will help give the players a threat to overcome, or will help to otherwise set up my strategy for this stage of the duel. Looking at the options available to me, I will begin by playing Archaeology Automaton Excavation Zone.
Whoa! A strong item on the first turn?
Indeed, but fortunately for you, since it is an item, I cannot attack your warriors with it. Next, as you can see on the card, I gain access to 2 simple card moves. Simple card moves play similarly to staples, giving NPCs access to additional effects to help round out their turn. Based on the board state, I'm going to choose to create 2 weak warriors with blocker. Blocker is a keyword that allows me to intercept the attacks of my opponent's warriors, redirecting them to the blocker. Now, since my weak warriors stand no chance against your normal warriors, I will end my turn here.
My turn then. I draw!
Remember that you can complete your actions in any order, so you do not need to draw at the beginning of your turn, or at all if you wish. However, it can still be the correct move to draw first, so that you are aware of all of your options.
Got it. Might have been better to play this card first, but that's okay. I'll just play this card that I drew. Go! BBB Toy Box! Now!
Not so fast, Miss Guerrero.
Huh?
That toy box is quite a powerful card, given your current board state. Rather than risk facing it, I'm going to try and counter it with one of my response moves.
You can do that?
Indeed. NPCs have access to a number of response moves based on the significance of the battle. Since this is a significant combat, I have access to 2 response moves to start. I can spend 1 response move to counter and negate a player's action, in this case, to negate you playing your toy box.
No!
However, when NPC would respond to a player's action, the player immediately rolls to protect against the response. When the player rolls, they add together the results of 2 6-sided dice and add their tension. Tension is a measure of the intensity a player is facing during a game. It is based on how many of the following conditions are true. Has the player lost at least half of their life? Has their opponent used their baggage against them? And has someone or something the player cares about more than themselves been put at risk? Since none of these conditions have been met, your tension is currently at 0.
Alright, straight roll. Let's go! Aw man, that's it?
On a 6 or less, my response goes through successfully, meaning that your toy box is countered and sent to the graveyard. And I gain 1 life from my excavation zone.
Aw, goodbye, toy box.
And your play a card action is still spent, but the rest of your turn continues.
Okay, so I already drew a card and played the card, so I still have my stapler invocation, and I can attack with each of my warriors. I still think I should hold on to this card, so I could create some more warriors.
Not exactly. A player cannot play the same staple twice in a row, so you will not be able to play your reinforcement staple until you have played a different staple.
Oh, fine. Okay, I don't want another bad roll, so I'm going to play my playbook staple, Operation Star. This gives me +1 to my combat tension until the end of my next turn,
functioning similarly to the pressure keyword.
Next, let's have these warriors start to attack. First thing, support copter, attack one of those warriors.
When a warrior attacks, they clash. If one is stronger than the other, the weaker is simply destroyed, as is the case here.
Nice! Then, I'll have one of my normal warriors take out your other weak warrior. Since your excavation zone is strong, my normal warrior isn't able to take it out, right?
Indeed, although as an item, my excavation zone can never destroy one of your warriors in a clash, even if it is weaker, and does nothing to protect my life.
Which means that you're wide open. My last warrior, go and attack him directly.
Since each normal warrior deals 1 point of damage on a direct attack, I take 1 damage, going back down to 3 life.
Alright, that's everything I can do, so it's your turn, Teach.
Very good, my turn now. Since my plan to win remains as an active issue, I will instead be playing one of my power card moves. These are the regular cards that NPC has access to, and will be played during most of their turns. Given my options, I will start by playing my AA identifier. When I play this normal warrior, you have to discard a card, sending it from your hand to the graveyard.
Aw, I was saving that.
Since the card was sent to the graveyard, I once again gain 1 life. Next, my identifier lets me play 1 simple card move this turn. I will choose to have you send the top card of your deck to your graveyard, which will give me another point of life.
That was my favorite card! And you healed up to 5 life. Not cool, Teach.
Not to worry, Miss Guerrero. You may still get a chance to play that card this combat, but I can still attack with my identifier, and I will do just that. Identifier, attack the support copter. Since both of these cards are normal warriors, the outcome of this clash is going to be uncertain. When 2 cards of the same strength clash, the player will roll to determine the outcome of a clash. The result will determine who the winner will be.
Alright, I'm rolling then. You can do this, support copter. A 6! Wait, that's plus the 1 tension from my staple, right? So that's a 7!
On a 7 to 9, the player has a choice. Either both cards can win, destroying both, or both cards can lose, keeping both in play. What would you like the outcome to be, Ms. Guerrero?
I don't want to lose my copter, so I'll say that both lose. Neither are destroyed.
Very well. With that, I will end my turn.
My turn then, and I'll... Wait, I have no cards in my hand or deck. Do I lose?
Not at all. When a player would draw a card, if they have no cards left in their deck, they may choose to shuffle all of the cards in their graveyard back into their deck, at the cost of 1 point of life.
Okay, so I'll go down to 2 life to get all of my cards back. Next, I draw! And let's try to place this card again. Come on out, BBB toy box. You're not going to counter again, are you?
Not this time.
Sweet! Okay, when I play my toy box and at the start of each of my turns, I get to make a weak warrior, which is immediately strengthened thanks to my copter. On top of that, all of my warriors get teamwork.
Teamwork is a keyword that allows warriors to pool their strength and abilities together into one stronger attack. Any number of warriors with teamwork, and up to one without, are able to attack together instead of individually. When attacking this way, 2 weak warriors combine into a normal warrior, and 2 normal warriors combine into a strong.
Come on, Teach, I know what my favorite keyword does. Next, I think it's time I got rid of that excavation zone. For my staple, I'm going to play my BBB missile. This card lets me destroy any card on the field,
but not without a cost. Your staple has the overwork keyword, which means that you will lose access to the action used to play the card next turn. Since it is a staple, you will not be able to use the action to play a staple or invocation during your next turn. Regardless, I won't let you remove my card that easily. I will use my second response move to try to counter your missile.
So I rolled to protect against a response, right? So that's a 9, right?
Your Operation Star stable lasts until the end of your next turn, correct?
That's right, which means it's actually a 10.
On the 7 to 9, you would have to spend a point of advantage to stop me from countering your card. But since you rolled a 10 or higher, you negate my counter at no cost, and your card goes through.
Destroying your excavation zone. Nice! Now, time to show you the power of teamwork. I'm going to have 2 of my warriors attack together, and since they're both normal, they're going to count as a strong warrior against your normal identifier.
Correct, meaning that it is destroyed.
Leaving you open again. I'll have my 2 other warriors attack you directly, bringing you down to 3 life again. I lose the bonus for my staple, and that's my turn.
Very good. You have done well destroying my excavation zone, but since this is a significant battle, and my plan has been dealt with, I am able to reveal my backup plan.
Gasp!
For my turn, I will now be able to activate my other plan to win. It is time for you to face the full might of history, Miss Guerrero. The greatest discovery the archaeology automatons have ever known. Unfurl your wings and strike with a fury that has laid dormant for 1,000 years. Arise, ancient history mecha dragon.
A strong warrior? And it can't be killed? How am I supposed to face that?
Miss Guerrero, you have no destruction effects on the cards in your deck. That effect serves no purpose for our matchup.
Oh, right.
But it is still a strong warrior, which makes it more than powerful enough to finally destroy your copter.
Oh no!
And with your support copter removed, your warriors are no longer strengthened, making them weak once more. Next, my Mecha Dragon lets me play one simple move, so I'll use it to create another weak warrior with blocker. My warrior will attack into one of your weak warriors.
And since they're both weak, I rolled to decide the outcome, right? Ugh, that's so bad. Wait, that means my warrior is destroyed.
Not necessarily. Decide the outcome of a clash allows you to spend 1 advantage to increase the result of your roll, allowing you to turn your 6- into a 7 to 9 if you wish.
Well, I get a lot out of my warriors with the teamwork, so let's do it. I'm going to increase the result and make it so that both warriors lose, and neither are destroyed.
Then I will end my turn.
My turn! First, I get another weak warrior thanks to my toy box. Then, I'll draw. Ooh, yes! I was waiting for this one. Time to show you my ace card. Come out and lead the charge, BBB Star Soldier.
Star Soldier has the follow-up keyword, which will allow you to play an additional card from your hand this turn. But you have no other cards in your hand, and no advantage to spend for more.
Maybe my Star Soldier already has an army at the ready. They're going to team up with two of my weak warriors. That means my two warriors count as normal, and with my normal Star Soldier, they count as a strong, making them powerful enough to fight your Mecha Dragon. Team attack!
Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Guerrero?
Huh?
My other warrior has the blocker keyword, allowing it to intercept your attack in place of my Mecha Dragon.
Oh no! I was so excited about my Star Soldier and forgot about that!
So your strong team of warriors will clash with my weak blocker, destroying it. But you still get the benefit from your Star Soldier's Piercer keyword. When a warrior with Piercer wins and destroys another card in a clash, they deal an amount of damage equal to the Piercer value to their opponent. This is in contrast to the Sniper keyword, which deals additional damage when the warrior deals damage with a direct attack. So with your Star Soldier's Piercer 1, I will take 1 point of damage,
taking you down to 2 life. Nice! My other warriors aren't strong enough to take on your Mecha Dragon, even as a team, and they overworked my staple last turn, which means I can't play one this turn. Guess that's my turn.
You are able to spend your play a card action to play a staple instead, at the cost of discarding a card from your hand, but I assume that you would have preferred to play your Star Soldier.
Definitely.
My turn. Since my plan to win remains, I will be playing another power card move. I will bring out AA Retrofitter. Retrofitter's effect allows me to copy the strength and effects of one card in your graveyard. Right now, I only have one option to choose from.
My copter!
Indeed. This keeps my Retrofitter as a normal warrior, but also gives it the effect that strengthens all of my other warriors. In this case, my Mecha Dragon. When the strong warrior is strengthened, it gains the Overwhelm keyword instead. When the warrior with Overwhelm would clash with a card with the same strength, it automatically wins the clash without needing a roll. The Underwhelm keyword acts as the opposite, causing a card to automatically lose any clashes against cards of the same strength. Mecha Dragon, use your might and obliterate that toy box. Next, my Retrofitter is going to destroy one of your weak warriors. Finally, since my Retrofitter allows me to play a simple card move, I will activate this one, which allows me to sacrifice one of my warriors to destroy one of yours with equal or lower strength.
Wait, but that means...
I'm going to sacrifice my Retrofitter to destroy your Star Soldier.
No, all my cards!
I can't deal with all of your weak warriors yet, but alone, they are no threat against my Mecha Dragon. I will end my turn here, Miss Guerrero.
Alright, my turn. First, since I still have no cards in my hand, I'll draw. And this turn, I've got a plan. First, for my Stapler Invocation, I'm finally going to play this card. BBB Build Instructions! I can play this card since it's the only one in my hand, and it allows me to draw 3 more cards. Since I have no cards left in my deck, I lose 1 life and will shuffle them all back from my graveyard, but I get to draw them all back now. Next, you may have brought her down, but neither of us are out yet. It's time to bring my ace back.
You are currently behind in this battle, Miss Guerrero. My Mecha Dragon is stronger than your warriors, and you're down to your last life. How does playing your Star Soldier right now make you feel?
Well, my Star Soldier isn't just any card. I made every card in my deck myself, but Star Soldier is special. She's based on me and everything I believed since I was a kid. A long time ago, I made a promise to become someone who shines as bright as a star. And with my cards and my friends, I know I'm going to make that dream a reality. Beacon of Hope, take to the battlefield. Shine your light as you lead the charge. Come out once more. BBB Star Soldier!
Since you played your ace while you were behind, once per card game, you can gain additional effective advantage.
Sweet! Next, since my Star Soldier has follow-up, I can play another card from my hand this turn. Come out again, BBB Sport Copter!
Strengthening all of your warriors once again.
You know it, which makes my Star Soldier strong, powerful enough to take on your Mecha Dragon. Star Soldier, go! Attack that piece of junk! Even if I roll bad, I have a point of advantage that I can spend to raise the result to a 7 to 9, choosing to let both of our warriors win. And thanks to my copter and the piercer one of my Star Soldier, I'm going to be taking out your last points of life. It's game over, Teach.
I wouldn't be so sure of that.
Huh? You don't have any response moves left. What else do you have left that you could do?
If we recall from when we set up the combat, a significant battle gives the NPC access to one opportunity to lash out against losing. When the NPC will be put in a losing position, they can lash out against losing, adding an additional consequence in the combat. Pre-made NPCs include a few ideas for what that may look like. Miss Guerrero, you took on the assignment of helping me today for extra credit, correct?
Yeah?
I want to make this very clear for you. Should you fail to defeat me today, given your poor grades, I will personally make sure that you are expelled from this university.
What? You can't do that! It's a good thing I'm about to win then.
When an NPC lashes out, if the method is related to a participating player's baggage, the NPC gains an additional response move. In exchange, since I used the player's baggage to gain an advantage, Miss Guerrero will gain additional tension for the remainder of the combat. With the response move, I will spend it to counter this attack.
Oh no!
Even with an additional 2 tension, one from being under half your life and one from having your baggage used against you, that will still not be enough to protect against my response.
Oh, my big attack!
And even with the strength from your copter, your remaining warriors are still too weak to take on my Mecha Dragon. Will that be all, Miss Guerrero?
Yeah, I have my turn.
My turn now. And reviewing my options, none of my power card moves will be helpful for our current situation. So, I will have to create a new one.
What do you mean? I thought you could only use the moves on your list.
Not exactly. An NPC's prepared list of moves is a guideline to help making running that NPC easier, but it is not exhaustive. Power card moves, simple card moves, and even plans to win can be created as needed, as long as they follow the NPC's gimmick and help make for an exciting match. Some judges may opt to only use the moves on an NPC's list, or prepare a few more and limit themselves to those, but it is entirely up to their discretion. Reviewing my options for creating a new power card move, I am going to select to create a new threat. Looking at the ideas provided and selecting one of the names on my example card name list, I'm going to create a new card, one that can help deal with your army of tokens. Come forth, AA Explorer. Explorer's effect allows it to strengthen itself or attack an additional time each time I send a card to your graveyard. While your tokens normally wouldn't count, I will include them in the effect to help increase the pressure on you. Now, Mecha Dragon, attack the copter.
Hold on, I still have a point of advantage, right? That means I can counter your attack, right?
Indeed, a player can attempt to counter an opponent's play by spending 1 point of advantage. On a success, the player can counter that move or game action. The fumble keyword allows a player to counter one action of their opponent's without having to spend advantage. that's more than enough for your counter to succeed, even before adding your tension.
Phew.
But I'm not finished yet. Based on the option to create a new threat, since my Explorer has 2 features, I get access to 1 single card move this turn. I will use this to sacrifice my Mecha Dragon and destroy your copter.
No!
Next, since your copter was sent to a graveyard, my Explorer's effect will activate, strengthening it for the turn, making it more than powerful enough to destroy every single one of your warriors with its extra attacks.
My cards! My soldier!
And with your field now empty, my Explorer's final attack will be directly at you. With only 1 life remaining, the 2 damage it will deal is enough to end this game. I'm sorry, Miss Guerrero, but this is the end for you.
This can't be. I have so much I still need to do here. No. No! I won't let this be the end of my dream. Not today!
What are you prepared to sacrifice to make your dream a reality, Miss Guerrero?
Anything! And I know my dream is crazy, and there are a lot of powerful players out there. My grades might not show it, but I'm willing to put in the work, and I'm going to put everything on the line, right here, right now!
That sounds like it's time for us to look at another player move you have available to you, Miss Guerrero. Risk everything to win. When it looks like a player may lose, and they put everything on the line, they must first declare what they are willing to pay, based on the options provided. Do you have something in mind?
So looking at the list, it says I can create an obstacle to my own goals. Teach, you help run the school tournament, right? That big one that's coming up soon?
Indeed.
Well, what if I volunteered to help at that tournament? Instead of playing in it, to get the credit I need to pass. Like, help with registration and stuff.
But Miss Guerrero, this tournament allows students to show off their talents and transition to the pro leagues. If you do not participate, you would have to wait a whole year for another chance.
I know, and I really want to play, but I guess sometimes we can't just take the easy road to get to our dreams. It might take longer, but I will be the best card game player ever, even if I might have to do it a different way. Plus, it would give me a chance to see all those cool decks from the sidelines, which might help me learn a thing or two, right?
That's quite the sacrifice you're making, Elena. Very well, I will accept your offer. You now gain baggage based on what you have chosen to risk, and roll adding your tension.
I'm sure. Alright, here goes nothing! No way!
Well, with your tension, that will be a 14. On a 10 or higher, you will gain 2 points of advantage.
Sweet! And I think I know just what to spend it on. Time to take control of this game.
Very good. Take control of the game allows a player to spend 1 point of advantage to either draw an additional card, put a card of their choice from their deck on top of it, or
Yep, stay at 1 life, even when I would go down,
negating the damage from my attack. Impressive. I have no moves or attacks left, so I will end my turn.
It's my turn, and I think this duel is already over.
Oh, you have no cards left in your deck, and the toy box you have left in your hands can't remove both of my remaining life, even with a team of warriors.
That's true, but I have 1 move left that you haven't talked about. I'm going to draw the perfect card.
That is correct, Miss Guerrero. When the player would draw a card, they can spend 1 advantage to create a new card that will be permanently added to their deck for the rest of the campaign. The created card can either be prepared ahead of time between the player and the judge, or created in the moment using the rules for volatile card creation, with the player describing what they want to do and the judge determining if it is fair. Do you have a card in mind?
Looking at my pre-made options, I know exactly which one I need. Perfect draw! I play BBB Backup Squadron. It doesn't do anything too special, just makes 4 weak warriors with teamwork.
Very good, but you still need to get past my Explorer.
That was just my card for turn. I still have my staple, and I know exactly which one to choose.
That means...
That's right, I'm playing BBB Missile, destroying your Explorer.
That was the last card on my field.
Which means you're wide open. My warriors may not be much on their own, but when fighting together, even the weakest person can become strong. Now, teamwork together and take out both of his life points.
I have nothing left. That is the game, Miss Guerrero. Well played.
Wow, I can't believe I won. I really thought you might win there. So, were you serious about expelling me?
My option to lash out is to only pretend to put someone in danger, so no. Still, I am very impressed with how you rose to the occasion.
Aw, thanks, Teach.
Now that the card game has concluded, we reflect after the card game. First, any stakes agreed for the battle come to pass. Next, all participating players gain 1 point of XP.
Yes!
Then, participating players review their baggage and see if they clear any of it. For you, Miss Guerrero, you still have to help me with the tournament, but I believe that should be enough credit to remove the threat of your bad grades.
And since I clear baggage, I get another XP for that, right?
Indeed. That concludes today's lesson. I hope everyone benefited from our demonstration.
That was a lot of fun. I can't wait to battle again.
I wish everyone the best of luck as they face their own battles, and look forward to hearing your stories as you experience the perfect draw role-playing game.